Hello!
Hello everyone, and live from my grandmother's basement, I am a sentient ball of anxiety.
And I am a sentient ball of anxiety known as Forrest, keeper of the Canon.
And we are the trash people, here typically to celebrate a comedian who has been on Planet Scum Live, a comedian who has crossed paths with Gethard, essentially, or anything that Gethard represents. That's pretty much what we do.
That's pretty accurate, yeah.
We also are starting a fun thing based on a fun thing we did before. What was that? Gethard, we are of the community who is compelled to worship you like a trickster god. We have no control over this, and yet we must keep returning. Why are you doing this to us? We are of that community.
Thank you for the heads up, Sarasota. I'll try to fix that.
It's because I have so many feelings. But yeah, the last time we talked to people who are fan artists, we talked about their fan artistry, their history with that, and today we are going to be talking about another aspect of artistic expression that is highly populous in this community, the Planet Scum community, and that's music.
Yes.
Musicians. Gethard is obsessed with punk music. He's obsessed with likening himself to punk rockery. Hi, Overreactor.
Oh, hi, Overreactor.
Hi, Sarasota. Hi, Purple Hat. Hi, Just Clon. Hi, Redactyl. But yeah, Gethard, he's obsessed with music. He's obsessed with the idea that he is punk rock, and he really credits music with a lot of his comedic stylings, artistic expression, and in how he builds communities of artists, in how he put together his shows, etc. So I'm really excited to chat with the musicians and music lovers of Planet Scum. If you're a musician or music lover of Planet Scum, and we did not send you a link to join us, sound off in the chat, and we will, because we want to hear from you. We want to hear how music connects to you the way that it does to Gethard. Friends, we have the following fan friends with us today. I'm so excited to announce we have Veronica Fox. We have Mary.
Hello.
And we have Isiah Thomas. Oh, yeah. Woo! Welcome all. Thank you so much for joining us today. These are three wonderful folks from the Planet Scum community who we have the honor of knowing. And what I would love to know first is about sort of, you can introduce yourself in a few words, and then what your relationship with music is. Why, when we said, when we reach out to you and we're like, hey, you music, what do you music? Veronica.
Hi, I'm Veronica Fox. I'm 25 years old, and I'm from Portland, Oregon. And I am a student in music and sonic arts at Portland Community College, and also transferring to the bachelor program at Portland State University. And my relationship to music, I started getting more actively involved with Planet Scum around end of last year, beginning of this year, and just had nothing to do, had my guitar laying around, and just started making songs for people. I did the outro song for the after show, and I also did the pre-show theme song. And excuse me. Basically have just contributed that, and I've been wanting to do more stuff. And the funny thing is, because of recording those and making those songs, I was going to massage school at the time. I was in my last term, and realized I hated it. I hated everything that I've ever done in this past year. And I was 5 weeks.
Big mood, yeah.
5 weeks from graduating, I dropped out.
Why waste 5 weeks?
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. It's not something I wanted to do anymore. And then the pandemic happened, and I had to rethink everything that I wanted to do with my life. And I found that the thing I have joy in is making music, recording music, and wanting to learn more to be my best. So that's why I'm going to school right now. And because of that, I've been diving more into electronic and industrial music as well, and have worked on some school projects. Nothing more than that. I began creating my own drum sounds from just recording things around me. And
So sick.
I have 3 years of this degree left, and I'm excited to see what else I learn. So, and what else I make. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Veronica,
Mhm.
for sharing that. I love how this community like directly influenced your relationship with music, and it gave you a space to try out a thing that you loved. We have another person who joined us.
Yes, I'll add Erik
Behold,
Germ.
look, it's Erik Germ. Erik Germ is here with us. We are discussing our relationships with music, and introducing ourselves. Erik, are you speaking?
Oh yeah, we can't hear you, Erik.
We can't hear you.
Oh no.
How about now?
Can't hear you.
Now we can
Yeah! It's Erik.
But anyway, that word you're saying, music?
Music, yes.
Not familiar, but I'm fascinated to learn about it. Oh, I see.
I'm super interested to hear from you, Erik, because we have heard you, people who have been around the Planet Scum open mic, will have heard you do musical comedy.
That's right. Using a guitar as a crutch, some would say.
Yes. Tell us about your relationship with music. Tell us about that relationship with comedy. Let the 16 people watching know who you are. They probably
Well, first of all, sorry to jump the line. I was putting the kitties to bed. Yeah, both my parents were obsessed with music. My mom was obsessed with Leslie Gore and Madonna. My dad was obsessed with like everything else. So I grew up, with a lot of music. When I was 14 years old, I got a job in a world music store just outside of Philadelphia, which is completely full of, it had guitars and everything, but then it had, instruments from all over the world, drums, different types of stringed instruments. My boss actually invented a new type of ukulele while he was there. Once I started working there, I kind of dipped my toes into everything. Been in since high school, and Mary can probably back me up on this, but like 7 or 8 different bands from age 14 to now. Just because when somebody finds out that you play something, they snag you up and pull you in 100 different directions. And then it's once you hit age 30, I think it becomes harder to just get together with your buds and play. So it's just every now and again now. But yeah, Garfield enjoys Random Mondays. How did you know? Who told you that? You're supposed to be dead. But yeah, that's what I got going on, and I kind of just I literally have all of my instruments by me at all times, just so I can noodle while it's my board thing to do when I'm on hold or something, just playing something.
That's awesome! Oh my god, I love that. Thank you so much,
so
Erik,
much.
Thank
for
you
sharing
guys.
with us. I'd love to know, Thomas.
Uh-oh. Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you
Tell
for
the
having
people
me.
who you are and why you love vibrations that fly through the air and are translated into electronic signals inside of your brain.
I'm Isiah Thomas. That is my name. I thought about this. I think about it kind of often. I think I started liking music like when I was a kid. I used to go to church with my grandma every week, and we had like the best band. Like to this day, like it was some of the best shows I've ever seen. Like these guys would like really, really rock. And I don't know, it was really just like fast and loud, and we would always sit in the front, like right in front of the bass cab, and like it would, I don't know, you just feel it, and I liked it. I liked it, and as I got older, I don't know, I remember the Powerpuff Girls. This is when I started getting into the music. The Signal in the Sky-O music video by Apples and Cereal. Like I forget how old I was, but that was like the first thing I searched for, like looking for my own music, and I found the Elephant Six, and I got into Nutrimilk Hotel, and that's when I like discovered that music could be weird. And then like from there, it was just like, I don't know, I stopped doing all my homework and I just filled my head with this music knowledge.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, that's why I do it now, because that's all I got left. Like seriously, I don't. That's all I got. It's fun though.
Oh my gosh, that is so delightful. Mary, I see you cheered when you heard mention of Powerpuff Girls. Tell us, who are you? What is your relationship with music?
Well, before I do, I should point out that the 7-inch, the reason why I got excited about the 7-inch is because the first vinyl record, I guess it's the 7-inch, but vinyl I ever bought for myself was the 45 of that song, the Powerpuff Girl one. Because I was obsessed with that soundtrack. Like, it's so good. It has Devo on it. It's like Frank Black. It is Octagonally Yours. It is this insane Shonen Knife, Dressy Bessie. It is insanely good, and it's all original music. You need to seek it out. It's so fucking good, including like the City of Soundsville one, which is all just like the music from like behind the scenes. It's just so fucking good. Okay. Anyway. Hello, I'm Mary. I really love the Powerpuff Girls. I also like music, and I also play music. I've been playing, wanted to fake, like, I was like a fake musician when I was like a 5-year-old with like a toy guitar, and I would write songs and stuff. I actually released a thing called Pre-13, which is all the songs that I wrote between those ages. It's not recorded well, but it's a thing that's on my Bandcamp. If you look up Mary Kekic or go to kekic.bandcamp.com. Anywho, I've played flute since the age of 10, and I was in bands like all throughout high school and college. I was in a band sorority called Tau Beta Sigma. I initially went to school to be a music education teacher, or a music ed teacher. I want to be a band director, but after like a semester, I'm like, this is not for me. So I did not do that, but I was still participated in marching band. And then like about a year after my 4th year in the marching band, in college, I met my friend who was like, hey, you're into all these like punk bands and all this stuff that you were into in high school. Like, let's go to DIY shows. There's a house that's like down the street from where I went to college. And so I started going to the DIY shows. But in high school, and like Josie and the Pussycats in middle school is what got me to play guitar. The movie, like I was like, I'm like all over the place right now. I'm just so excited about the Powerpuff Girl thing.
No, this is amazing.
But it got me to like ask for guitar, so I got an acoustic guitar that year, and then like and then I got electric guitar in the next year because I got like I proved to my parents that I like they could. It's a good idea for them to invest in the electric guitar. And then in college, like I kind of fell off with that. But I was really into in high school, like the Donnas. I got into the Riot Girl movement. I liked My Chemical Romance a lot. Yeah, I was just like all over the place with the rock music, and then just trying to seek out like women in rock and all that stuff too. So, but then like in college, I got into DIY, and then after that, I started just going to shows, like part of the Cleveland and Akron DIY scenes. And I've been playing shows since July 4th, 2016, actually. So, just I did that to force myself, like just solo, to play in front of people so that if I ever did join a band, I wouldn't be as nervous. So, there you go.
That's incredible. And I loved how you mentioned your experience with the DIY scene. Because that's something that Gethard brings up constantly. In fact, I think I learned about the existence of DIY punk just in general from a Gethard book. which saddens me. This is why you should not raise your children in Marin. It's for aging rock stars.
And George Lucas.
Some of us are just from the Rock City, so.
Precisely, but
We also have another guest who just joined us.
What?
And it's, of course, this guest's time, all the time.
Yes.
It's Susie.
Susie! It's Susie, and this is her time. Susie, first, your hair looks adorable.
Thank you.
2, Susie, we are sharing our relationship with music. We're sort of introducing ourselves, sharing what our relationship with music is. I would love to hear from you.
Yeah, okay. So my relationship with music, both of my parents really love music, and like my dad worked in like concerts, not to dox myself. But like my dad works around concerts, and like he has ever since I was born, and so like I don't know, I've just been like going to shows just like since I was a baby. I had to. Hi, Kat. Oh hell yes. That Cat butt host the show.
Almost has his butthole right in the camera. Almost. It's like you can't have your face, you can't get your butthole straight. Like what's the deal, Kat? Please, Susie, continue.
Yeah. But yeah, and so I wanted to play guitar when I was really young. I got my first guitar at the age of 5, and then I didn't learn how to play it until I was 13. And then, yeah, I don't know. It just kind of took off from there. I would play at church, just because, like, it was a place to play music with other people. And so I played guitar, and then I played bass at church. And then I just, like, slowly started picking up more instruments, like piano and drums and ukulele and stuff. So, yeah. And then I started my own band in, like, 2014, 2015. And then I started my current band, Celery Teeth, in 2016. And yeah, we've been together since then. And yeah, I don't know. I just play like a lot of like, I mean, I think basically all of my shows have been DIY shows, either like someone, like my first ever show with Celery Teeth was at a skate park. You know, like it was just like doing shit like that. And like I've definitely like I've set up a lot of my own shows just because like I don't know, nobody's like in the area I live, like absolutely nobody is looking for like a punk band or anything. Like nobody's trying to do anything beyond like fucking like country rock and like cover bands and shit. And so it is kind of a lot of just like meeting other people who are on like that lower level, and that's really exciting. But yeah, it's kind of my relationship.
I love that so much. I love how, similar to Isiah, with discovering a love of music through church, because that was what was available, and it was a lovely experience to congregate, and then creating your own congregations later, which is so cool. Yeah, but like speaking of the DIY scene again, Gethard loves to mythologize himself and the entire UCB movement as a punk rock moment, as a DIY thing. I learned about DIY from him. Tell me, friends, why don't we start with Isiah? I'm not sure if this relates to, but I want to, mix up the talking order. Isiah, tell us about how your relationship with music relates to your appreciation of Chris Gethard and his
All right. The two things are actually pretty close together.
Yeah.
So right before the quarantine started, I had been doing stand-up for like not a while, like a short while, and I wanted to start because I don't know, I was still like too self-conscious to like perform music at that point, but I wanted to get on stage, so I was just kind of doing that just to get up my nerves. And I was like, finally, I'm gonna start hitting open mics. I got my piano, I got a couple songs, and then lockdown happened, so I had to find somewhere online, and I saw you guys, and it was like, Chris Gethard fan congregation. Because maybe a month or 2-3 months prior, I was on YouTube and I found the Chris Gethard show, and I thought it was the coolest fucking thing. I was like, a bunch of people that like this, and I can come and I can play some songs. So yeah, I don't know. It's been nice.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I love how your introduction to this whole community has been through this desire to create and the seeing of the kindred creative spirit that I think Gethard really attracts with the communities that he has created. Mm-hmm. I would love to know, I see so many nodding heads. Erik, tell us about the connection between Chris Gethard and this community and music for you.
Well, I don't think a lot of us would really stick around the community as much as we did if Geth wasn't as like punk rock as he is, because that's like a mindset that kind of sets the tone for the entire. I mean, I'm talking about the Discord, but the entire extended Gethard community, where it be on Facebook or whatever. I think a lot of people flock to him because of what he's into, and you know, that exactly that's why I stick around. And like breaking out a guitar for a comedy show hosted on the Chris Gethard Discord just kind of made sense, but once again was used as a crutch.
I find that so interesting that, Isiah, you felt more comfortable doing stand-up on a stage than playing music. Whereas Erik, you feel more comfortable, correct, with music than
Having
saying stand-up on a stage?
Yeah, kind of like having it as a background, because if the jokes aren't good, and you can watch back any of the ones that I've recorded, if the jokes don't land, then I play the guitar really hard, and then that's the punchline, and it is noticeably effective.
I don't call that a crutch, man. That's a feature.
Yeah, it's not a bug.
Yeah. For me, like I'd rather, at the time I felt more comfortable doing stand-up because like there was less of an expectation to be good, at least in my own head, because like it was something I was new at. Whereas music I'd been doing for years, just like secretly in my room. It's like, I should be good, but I sound so bad.
That's where I'm at.
Which is so interesting, coming up against that wall. The artists who, and many artists do, but some don't. Some people are just like super confident in themselves. Mm-hmm. It's true. They exist. They say that they are myths, but no, they're just like brilliant people who do things, and they have confidence, and their names are Robbie Hoffman. But people come up against this wall. I feel like it's so of this community, of the art being created. Erik, you said something about how the community wouldn't stick around if it wasn't punk rock. I'd love to know if you could expand on that, if you could expand on what you mean by punk rock, and then if we could hear from Susie and Mary, I'd love to know how your relationship with DIY shows and things. And I don't remember if you said if you had experience with that, Veronica, but I'd love to know about that.
I do.
It's kind of like being in high school, in the high school cafeteria, when you first go in on the first day and you look around at the tables and you're like, all right, well, that's like the football players. I'm not going to sit with them. Those people look mean. And then you see like the grungy kids with all like the shitty clothes and the chains and the spikes and everything. And you're like, okay, those are my people. Like that's what you get when you come into the Gethard place. You know, it's familiar and it's fun. And literally everybody that I've met in the community has just been fun. And it's a fun place to stick around. So I think the music, I mean, everybody kind of has the same taste in music. That's why we all hang out in the radio station that's streaming. It's all of our music kind of combined together, but it's all kind of like the same kind of music. It's like we're all kind of this, well. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We're a conglomerate of just different aspects of punk rock all coming together.
We just got another guest, by the way.
Oh, we just got another guest.
Yes.
Speaking of K-Scum, speaking of the radio station,
TV's
Nick Minnick, now Twitch's Nick Minnick. Nick, welcome to the show, Nick. Prolific K-Scum DJ. Scum being the radio station on the Discord. Kick, tell us about your relationship with music and how that relates to this community and what you've sort of developed and or felt a draw to music related here.
Yeah, that's a big question. I mean, everybody else has like stories of like, oh, I was in a band and everything. I didn't have that. I grew up in a white trash working class steel town, and music was just kind of the outlet for not feeling so isolated, which I'm sure is a relatable thing. Maybe you didn't have a steel town experience, but and I didn't play any. I did play saxophone for 2 years in elementary school, but they wouldn't. They always tell you not to tuck your cheeks up, and it's like, man, that's not how they do it. That's not how they do it. So I didn't want anything to do with that. But I think like music, because you're talking about how it relates to like Chris and everything. When I was like in my late 20s or whatever, here in Lancaster, some friends and I were like throwing parties because like the scene here was kind of stagnant. We felt it was. I mean, not to it was pretty punk, folky dominated, and that's fine. But I mean, anybody involved in like scenes can tell you, like it can be great and communal and everything, but also can be pretty toxic. And that's kind of what we had going on in Lancaster. So we kind of get away from that. So we're trying to create like a community space based on music. And then I found out about Chris Gethard's show. And it's like, oh, this is just like a comedy version of what I was trying to do with music. Except this is actually kind of working, whereas the music thing was not working in Lancaster. But just like seeing how like Chris did and everything, it was like really inspiring. And so, I mean, that's definitely kind of what drew me into it. And my love of like comedy and everything is what kind of kept me there.
It really sounds like I'm getting a sense that there's a mixture of irreverence and do-it-yourselfedness, operating outside of structures that may or may not existedness. In this punk and comedy thing, why are you laughing at me?
I just enjoy the compound words.
I love that. I'd love to hear from everyone about how the DIY scene again relates to joining this community and what you feel like you can make in this community. Mary, what do you think?
Well, when you think about it, the Chris Gethard show is just a variety show, but DIY style. So when you have a variety show, you're going to get a variety of things that's in the name. So music is obviously going to be part of it. And clearly, like, he has this relation with, like, Jeff Rosenstock, who's a big part of, the DIY scene and more indie now, I guess. Oh, no, he's DIY. What am I talking about? You get, like, it all just comes together. It just becomes, like, a natural thing. And when you have, like, you're not necessarily going to find everybody who's in DIY who's going to like Chris Gethard's show, but you're going to find, or Chris Gethard or any of his like, entities. But a lot of the things that you're going to find are, because of its DIY nature, you're going to find a lot of people who are into the DIY nature are also going to like DIY music. So it all kind of just like comes together, I guess. That I think that, yeah. Does that answer your question?
It really does.
Yeah.
No, I think that really sheds insight into sort of what these two communities people are seeing in each other. Like, it's almost like everyone who is into Chris Gethard, like most people, are probably going to be into anything DIY-ish. But everyone into anything DIY-ish aren't necessarily going to be into Chris Gethard or this kind of comedy. Oh my God.
What?
I've tried
Oh my God,
get
something
people.
really intense is happening right now, off screen, that you don't see. Friends, this is not just a normal episode of Gethard. This is the congregation that is being compelled to worship you. Friends, this is a crossover episode! We have here Miel, Molly, host of the Vice Famous pre-show that happens right after this show every single week. The pre-show of Planet Scum Live. Molly, welcome.
Hi.
Tell us what you got to say. What you got for us?
Well, first of all, was having major FOMO because all of my friends were on screen, so I just wanted to come say hi. I love this episode. Everyone is doing so great. But yeah, I had 2 cents to chime in for about the DIY scene, and then I had something that I wanted to say about the pre-show. It's not a plug; it's just for what we're doing.
Feel free to plug it. People should know that this is their entertainment block on Wednesdays. It starts at 5 and it ends about an hour after the show ends.
It's definitely the best night of the week, besides Tuesday nights, of course.
True.
So, yeah, some of you know this, some of you don't. My brother owns a cassette/record store here in Minneapolis. It's called Dead Media Records. Rest in peace. They actually just went under. Thanks a lot, COVID. But they were a huge part of the scene here for a really long time, and I got to meet a lot of really cool artists through that, including Colleen Green and fucking man, I'm blanking on the name. No, Izzy True. Sorry, it was on the tip of my tongue. And so it's just cool to like be part of a scene like that, and meet a whole bunch of buddies and go do a whole bunch of fun things. I mean, it is not totally unproblematic. Scenes tend to draw like people from the music scene that are less than favorable in terms of the way they treat people. But yeah,
like community acts as a filter for that.
Say again?
Do you think that the Gethard aspect of things, the way in which emotionally, the worldview, I guess, there is a shared worldview of most of the people who perform under like Planet Scum Live or Chris Gunter thing. Do you think that acts as a filter for people who have a different kind of worldview that perhaps is less generous to other human beings?
I mean, I feel like nothing is completely devoid of people like that. I don't know. My friend, actually, Terror Pigeon, one of the guys from that band, is one of my very close friends from my hometown, and I'm on a Zoom call. I'm so sorry.
I love dogs so much. Some great music.
I don't know everyone from the Gethard verse personally, as much as we would all like to think that we do. But I mean, do I think it acts as a filter? Maybe. As much as anything else, like, because chosen communities too act as a filter, technically, but you never know.
That's true. Speaking of choosing communities, I think we have a relationship with some beings that exist outside of time and space. And we may or may not have just received a transmission from 18 years ago?
Yes.
18 years ago yesterday. Who could it be? Who could it be that we just got word of? Friends, that's our buddy. Nope. Oh, there we go. That's our buddy who you can see right now. Are you gonna pull him up? Yeah. Is he gonna get big?
I'm trying. I don't know if I can do that. Yeah,
it's Erik Germ.
I can't make him big without taking us all out.
You can skip like a minute, I think, and then warm up the crowd.
Erik Germ is the name of your band, Inside Joke.
I can't believe that.
Oh wow, you can't hear it.
I love the Oh my god! You almost saw that. This is 5,000 people, right?
He didn't even stage dive. He was just like, okay, I'm done.
That guy, he just stage eloped.
He's like, I'm gonna do my little dance, and then I'm just gonna gently come back down.
I like how the camera person zooms out to show the people that are leaving during our set.
Yeah, that was an odd choice. How the camera
Is that one Erik Germ, or is that one Erik Germ?
No, that's Rob. I got the pigtails.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah.
I gotta be honest, it's really hard to find footage of Primus like this.
Wear their cowboy hat.
There he is.
Oh,
There's our guy.
Hey.
This is what punk was like in 2002 in Philadelphia.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It was his mother who was filming.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love it.
Aww.
Incredible, inspiring.
I did my time.
Inspiring and
No one else.
inspired. Friends, we have actually one more media clip
Oh yeah, let's
that
play
we
that.
want to share with all of you. And this one's an audio one. And so that means that we friends who are on screen need to do our duty for the viewers at home and rock out as we listen to this thing. And it will be made apparent very soon why you will all love it when you hear it.
Yes, it will be apparent when you hear it. Right now. Oh no?
No!
Let me restart it. I thought I could be all clever and play it without giving the screen over to Chrome, but apparently not. So now I don't know how. I don't know how the music from Mary's Tumblr played.
Oh no,
Oh.
why is music from my Tumblr playing?
Oh, man.
Not your Tumblr. Sorry, Mary Houlihan. Yes,
I wished it was your Tumblr, Mary.
Can we hear him say it?
Can you hear it now?
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris Kekic show. Chris Kekic. Woo!
All right. Hey, guys. It's Andrew from Philly. And this time, it's personal. Okay. So that was the theme from the Chris Gethard show, which is kind of my entry point into the Chris Gethard universe and into Planet Scum. But yeah, so music and comedy. I mean, music. I've been doing music since as long as I can remember, playing piano from a young age, and eventually starting to write my own stuff. So yeah, music, huge part of my life. It's kind of what keeps me going, and but comedy also is a huge part of my life, but just kind of very separate from music. I never really combined them until this year. I'll get back to that. Yeah, comedy for me, I kind of had a lot of depression in college and stuff, and the Chris Gethard show really got me through it to some extent. Definitely helped, and yeah, just kind of comedy was always like just kind of being the class clown and making people laugh was always something I really loved. And I guess it ties together with the music thing as like I'm very into performance, like just kind of yeah, performing for people, be it musically, comedically, even honestly like gender performance, like as a genderqueer person. I'm always kind of very playful with how I present to other people and how I interact with other people. So I guess that's kind of the commonality to all those big things in my life, is that at my core, I guess I'm very performance driven. But yeah, so I never really combined music and comedy before until when lockdown started, basically, and everyone was kind of hanging out in the voice chat on K-Scum Radio. I just kind of had my keyboard set up all the time because I wasn't working. I didn't have a job for a couple months, and yeah, I just kind of it's all just in my bedroom, but I had my keyboard on my bed where it is right now. And I would just kind of turn between my desk and my keyboard and just like do little musical cues if someone said something. Yeah, anyway, so I just kind of was messing around with that, and then Emily and Molly kind of just hit me up asking if I wanted to be part of their comedy show they were going to start, along with Forrest, on the production.
Thank you.
For just kind of dream interpretation type
Simmer down,
comedy
Forrest.
show. And it was very, I didn't really know what that would look like because I never did do music plus comedy in any way, but you know, I was down for it, and we started doing these shows every day at first, which was wild. And I guess it felt really natural because I'd been well, first of all, because Emily and Molly are excellent performers and very quick on their toes, and it's like if I don't know what to say or do or play, they always know where to take it. So from that point of view already, that was great. But also just kind of on a personal note, I had been doing a lot of like jam music and jazz, and the past few years kind of been digging more into improvisation in general. And so without knowing it, I kind of had developed an arsenal of just like various keyboard sounds I had ready and just like improvisational little things. A lot of theme music. Video game theme music specifically. A lot of Final Fantasy. Yeah, I'm also a pretty big video game nerd, or at least I used to be. So all those things kind of combined into what we used to call Dream Police, now Dream Detectives, every Tuesday, 9:30 Eastern.
Police are a hate group.
But anyway, yeah, so that's kind of been a very new and exciting thing for me, doing this show and kind of combining all those passions of mine. And yeah, beyond that, just being part of this community is fucking great. You guys are all amazing, and there's so much love and support going around every day, and it's really helped me get through these dark times. And yeah, it's a really wonderful thing that we got going, and I'm really glad that I get to be part of it. So thank you, Emily and Forrest, for having me on the podcast. And Andrew from Philly, signing off.
Oh my goodness. How
Bye.
sweet was that?
Thank you, Andrew, for when you watch this back. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Andrew. I'm wondering, Isiah, do you feel in any way similarly? I know you make epic use of your keyboard as well. Have you found yourself drifting more into musical comedy lately? How has lockdown sort of affected your personal music production?
I guess, yeah, I kind of have been just more like idea-wise. And I don't know, piano is really new for me, but I feel like I finally found like my instrument. I've been playing guitar for years, but like I actually like the piano. Because, like, if you can do so much, it frees me up. I have a lot of ideas, and they're not all strictly musical. Like, my YouTube, I started doing my YouTube. Like, originally, I was just putting songs up there, and then I started making some videos. Dude, I just have so many ideas. I just have so many ideas. Like, I'm not gonna... Like, it started comedy. Like, stand-up was the first stepping stone. And then the music, I feel like that's just another stepping stone. And then I want to do something else. I'm not sure what, but right now I got some sketches. I'm going to make some puppets. So I'm taking it one step at a time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Hell yeah.
Oh my god. I wasn't even before you said puppets.
But puppets.
Then you said puppets.
Puppets
It's
has
the
me,
next
yeah.
logical step.
It is.
Progression.
I'm here for puppets. Have you seen anything of Josh Sharp's?
I have not.
Okay.
I'm not.
I'm gonna need to send you a link because there's a great
that's my
video
YouTube.
of his.
That's Isaiah's YouTube. You should check it out.
Check it out! Oh my god, there's like 3 of him! Look at this weird nonsense! You all have to see this weird nonsense. You all want to see this weird nonsense.
Less
This is
nonsense.
There's more weird
incredible.
nonsense coming. The next video is gonna be a banger. Like I swear. I got the song ready. I just gotta shoot it.
Oh,
Can you get the other 2 Isaiahs on camera?
No, not right now.
do you feel like you've been creating more since lockdown? Or less or around the same? You know?
I feel, I mean, it's kind of hard to say because like before lockdown, like before the months prior to lockdown, I wasn't creating shit. So it's like just 0 to 100. There's nothing to compare it to. But I mean, it's been good. It's been good as far as having the time and less obligations, so I can really like delve into ideas and flesh them out. But short answer, yes. Yeah.
That is awesome. I'm so excited about the idea of puppets. Anyone who is interested in puppets should not only check out all of Mary Houlihan's things.
Oh, yes.
But definitely check out Josh Sharp, who is a creator. He did he did 2 episodes of CGP. And there is...
He did 1.
He
did
only
3 in 1.
He did 3 in 1. So he did the 2nd episode, right? Or the 3rd episode.
Because the 2nd was Fetch.
And he has these very pensive videos with puppets around New York by Also, which was like a UCB film group, and like Aaron Jackson is there, and like all these things, and not a day goes by that I do not think of
so
this thing with the puppets. So everyone needs to check out the thing with the puppets. Josh Sharp. Forrest is bringing it up. Oh, and then there's that awesome puppet episode of the special without Brett Davis.
Oh, with Joe Firestone.
Okay, so puppets.
Yes.
I don't know why puppets are so exciting.
And of course,
right
there's
now.
all of Tim Platt's work as Puppet.
Friends, we have 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Before we all need to get over to Planet Scum, the Discord.
Yeah.
For the pre-show, for the
pre-scum.
second part of your entertainment blog.
Wow. Can I say something really quick?
Please.
It's great that this we kind of took note from you guys this week, and we're having a very special pre-show centered around your favorite songs on your favorite albums, and we're gonna listen, and it's gonna be so fun.
Cool.
So please, everyone, tune in on Discord and the voice chat in about 3 minutes. But I gotta go prepare. So thanks for having me, guys. Good to see everyone.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for coming, Molly. Everyone, you're gonna head back over to Molly for that's so cool listening to your favorite songs.
I love that.
I love it. It reminds me a lot of Erik. You were saying all of our music kind of fits together in a really interesting, eclectic way. And I have found that I like eclectic things a lot better. But well, that's interesting because the final thing I was going to do is have everyone go around and say what their favorite music thing of the moment is, their favorite musical creator of the moment, or a person who would be in your top 5 that comes to mind. We should just do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go around. Everyone can think of a person who is inspiring them right now. Someone who would be in your top 5. Whoever comes to mind. Let's start with Veronica. And also plug yourself.
Oh, yes.
So I don't really have anything to plug at the moment. I'm working very, very hard in school right now, getting my bachelor's. So everything's only going to be...
Still hear June stuff in the pre-show and the post-show.
You can still hear that, yeah, totally. And I might be working on some revisions of those as well in the future. So anything that I'm going to be working on, I'll definitely let people know, and you'll definitely know about it in the plugs when the time comes for that. But for now, oh gosh, people that are really inspiring me. Oh.
You want me to come back to you?
Come back to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Susie, do you have someone for us?
Yeah, I do. I have been listening to Neil Cicierega Mouth Dreams on repeat. Every single time he makes something new, like I love it. There is something so just like unnerving and wonderful about his work that like just I find that really inspiring, even though it's like absolutely fucking nothing like the kind of music I make. Also plugs. You can follow my band on Instagram. We're at Celery Teeth, and I also want to plug my sick fucking bedazzled guitar.
Whoa!
I bedazzled this shit. I put my band's initials on there in rainbow bedazzles because, like, fuck it, I'm gonna be gay as hell. You know, that's what my brand is about.
Yes. Amazing. Oh my god, I love it. Oh my god. Thank you so much, Susie. Erik, do you have an inspiration for us and where we can find you?
Sure. I've been, God, I think my favorite album at the moment is the Shirley Ellis's album from 1965, The Nitty Gritty Girl. Did the Name Game. She's a timeless beauty and classic singer. She's great. You can find me, just search my name, Erik Germ. You'll find years of stuff that I've done. Twitter, huge friggin' arms. Everywhere else is Erik Germ.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Erik. Nick, share with us someone you loved and where we can find you.
Lately I have been into Sade a lot. People don't know who Sade is. You need to immediately change that. But for those who don't know, well, technically Sade is a person and a band. She named the band after herself, which is a really cool move. So I would recommend them. I have a weekly show on Planet called Another Song. Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. And at some point, we got Gethard Babies coming up. I just saw Chris the other day, and I was talking to him and Martin about it. So they're very excited. And specifically said his favorite thing was something that I wrote. So at some point, that's going to happen.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Nick. Mary, do you have something?
So I've been listening to, and it's not like a new thing, but I've been obsessively listening to the Violent Femmes first record on repeat for some reason. I don't know why all of a sudden, like I've always been a fan of it, but it's just hitting real hard. And also my friend's band, Bitch Seat, but with two eyes. They're fucking phenomenal. They're from Cleveland. You need to listen to them if you have not heard them. They are fucking amazing. And then there's a bunch of other stuff, but I could literally list a billion bands right now. You can, yes. I actually did pins for them. I actually made some pins for them. Anyway, yeah, like Shrinky Dink pins.
Can we see their earrings real quick? Can we get a close up on
I posted them in public chat too. So if anybody's looking for them, they're by a local artist that I used to work with. So,
Cool.
but you can go to, and I put it in my little thing with my name, kekic.bandcamp.com. That's my last name, Kekic. You can also just go on YouTube and search Mary Kekic. There's a bunch of live videos, including one that I did recently where I played on a local radio station. And also I played, I did the Robbie Hoffman episode that of Allie's, oh my god, I'm blanking on the name of the show.
Post-performance.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was really fun.
Friend of the Discord, Ali O'Rourke, who is a comedian in Ireland. There's an episode of Post-Performance Nights with Robbie Hoffman and Mary's musical guest, and it was astounding.
Robbie guessed if everybody was gay or not. It was great.
Yeah, and she loved your music.
which was
like
fucking gnarly.
was moved by your music.
Yeah, that was weird. I mean, like in a good way. Just did not God. Oh boy, it's weird looking at yourself perform.
Your background.
That was my old. That's my bedroom at my house, like my parents' house before I moved out, like literally 2 months later. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff on YouTube, and then check out Pre-13. I'm also on Spotify, but also check out Pre-13, which is on Bandcamp only, and all the lyrics, they're all from like when I was written as a child. And yeah, just check that out. It's all there for you to read along.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Mary. Everyone, check that shit out because it looks cool as fuck. Isiah, do you have someone who's inspiring you right now?
I hear somebody playing by Fibs.
Guys, it could be any one of us.
As always, Amanda Palmer. I'm super into Dresden Dolls. Like, that's my thing. I love Kimmy Dawson, like a mother. I wanted to, if we can plug people, I want to plug my friend because she makes such great music. Oh my goodness. I'm going to drop a link. Right now. And I'm going to talk about it for about 30 seconds.
Fuck yeah.
The fuck? Chat rules. Okay, I got it. Control V. Turtle Grenade. She is just great. She makes little things. I have her stuff everywhere. She makes the cutest things. I keep this on my wall. I like to look at it because, like, I love it. She makes,
Doggo.
Mr. Waggles. I don't know. Really cute stuff. And her music is amazing. It's amazing.
That dog is so cute.
Right? Yeah. If you guys have time, one day you want to check out something, she's got a couple albums up on Bandcamp, a few videos out on YouTube. If you're ever in Miami, you probably won't see her because we don't really do that much right now.
What's that name again?
Turtle Grenade, like a turtle shell is like segmented, I guess, and it kind of looks like a grenade. I guess maybe that's where it comes from. Around here somewhere.
Miami, Florida, kind of whiny, a bit melodramatic. I like pink and flowers, but I also like dark ass shit. Subscribe.
Perfect.
I love it.
I thought you were just describing Miami, Florida, and I was like, okay.
Will fit.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Isiah. Everyone, check out Turtle Grenade and check out Isiah's YouTube.
Indecision Television.
Veronica Fox.
Yeah. Sorry, I had like major brain delay because I've been smoking weed for the last like 4 hours. Like literally, like in class, like I had my camera off and I was just like smoking it, like a joint. So my brain is like really slow. But there is a band that I have been listening to on repeat. They released their new record, Apathy, Glorious Like Home. They're a queer doom metal duo named Vile Creature from Ontario. And their latest record is absolutely outstanding, and I definitely go listen to them. It's awesome to just see more queer representation in especially doom metal and darker, heavy music right now. It's just, they're awesome. I love them. Yeah.
My face is because of how much that art is awesome.
Oh yeah, they did a promo. They did a promo merch release. They actually made their own sour gummy worms to recreate the album cover.
That's
so
cool.
I want to thank all of you so much for joining us. We are. I want to apologize to the pre-show for running late on this show, but friends, thank you all so much. We have such a talented group of fans. Everyone, next, we are here every week on Wednesdays, right before the pre-show, 5 p.m. PST. And next, the first Wednesday of the month, we will be speaking once again to the fans.
Planet Scum, these are your fans.
We are the community compelled to worship the trickster god that is embodied by Chris Gethard. Good night and good,
Good night and good
con!